Oh yeah, Dirty Thursday. Here we are on GFBS. We're Grand Forks' best source. On the show today, the other half of the Bullring Boys, Chad Hoff, also Seth Klostreich joining us, and Keith Cummings. Show today brought to you by Nate's Electric, located in and serving Grand Forks. Your premier electrical contractor, providing quality services at an affordable rate. You know, Nate's an expert with wires, fantastic with fuses, and amazing with automation design. Let Nate and his team of professionals handle all your electrical needs, such as your problem with tripped breakers and the consequences, or any other issues you may have, including residential and commercial, grain storage and drying, lighting, maintenance, new construction, remodeling, repair, trenching, wiring and rewiring. Nate's Electric, don't short yourself. Give them a call, 218-779-3672. There you go. Time now for our segment, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Did you hear about the director of the Department of Motor Vehicles? He resigned on Tuesday. Now, he tried to resign on Monday, but found out he'd been standing in the wrong line the whole time. I actually got a little bit of a chuckle out of that one. How about that? Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Okay, where do we start? First off, Bullring Boy, Chad Hoff. Welcome back to the studio. Been gone for a while.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, here we go.
Let's do it again. I'm excited to be back, man. Just a week off, 2 weeks, a week off, week on, week. It's like I'm on the oil field working.
Yeah, there you go. How did the Devil's Playground go last week for you?
Went awesome. Did really well. Our man across the board here did two different cars that night, so he was busy. But NLRA showed up. It was a good race. We're missing our Canadian guys. Obviously, seven total drivers are gone. So we did a little tribute for those guys as well. But another good racing night, man. Awesome heat races, and the features were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it just all around, it's getting better and better out there. I think it's going to be a little gem out there in the middle of nowhere.
Good. Seth Klostreich joining us, first timer on the show here on a Dirty Thursday, and congrats on the big win last week at the River City Speedway.
Yeah, thank you. It was a fun time. I've been racing for a couple years and always run good at Devil's Lake.
Yeah.
Like you said, I kind of was gifted a track championship there last year when one of my friends decided to go race Greenbush a couple nights, and kind of always thought maybe I'd get my first one there. So to do it at the Bullring was
that was your first one?
It was.
That was his first one.
Wow. Yeah, that is. What a great place to win, huh?
That's right. Yeah, I've been bridesmaid.
Very historic.
I've been bridesmaid quite a few times, and so it was fun to pull one off.
And then I find out afterwards that I've been saying your name wrong for like years.
Yeah. Well, it just turns out it was a good option there. He messaged me on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, just by the way, and Seth's a great guy, so he was no big deal, but it's Klostreich.
Yeah.
It's a really like I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and we want to welcome Keith Cummings to the show here too, the voice of the Greenbush Race Park. And one of the things, Keith, I usually try to do, and I'm guessing you're going to say the same thing, and Chad, I usually try to find pronunciations before I start.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I don't, you usually have a fan come up to you and, hey, it's Klostreich, dumbass, or something like that.
Or somebody comes in after I leave to go up to the booth.
Oh, yeah.
And they got a funny name. Oh, what do I do now,
Yeah. And when you try to write down the name, they'll say, no, it's not spelled like that. Well, just quiet. I'm writing it down phonetically.
Yeah, so
I'm spelling it phonetically. Yeah. So I actually did the World Junior Hockey Tournament years ago, and I got, it was like Kazakhstan and Russia or somebody, and the names were like 42 letters long.
Yeah.
And you try to say them, you just try to act like you know how you're pronouncing them. And it'd be funny because I'd pronounce a goal scored or whatever, and you'd see the guys sitting on the bench, and they'd kind of elbow each other. You could see that they were laughing because I'm sure I just butchered their name. But first time we've actually got to talk about Greenbush Race Park. And again, Keith, thanks for coming on the show, making the trip all the way from Warroad today. You guys are set, hopefully, to open up this weekend.
Hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate.
How long have you been announcing up there?
This will be year number 8 since 2013 when Trapper took over.
How'd you ever get hooked into this thing?
I basically just called and asked him if he would, looking for an announcer, and I'd be available. Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's kind of like racing, but not. But it gets in your blood. And, I used to dabble with racing until I got this gig, and I don't care if I ever sit in a race car again because I still got the best of all worlds, and it doesn't cost me anything.
Right.
You guys have got a bunch of rain up there. I didn't see any pictures from this last blast that came through. I did see pictures from a couple of weeks ago, and it looked like you should have been racing jet skis there.
Yeah.
How many inches did you guys get out here the other night?
I guess another 3.5 inches on Tuesday night, over 14.5 for the month of June. So,
oh, man.
we filled our quota for the summer.
14.5 inches in a month.
Yeah, that picture, no doubt, you could definitely just do jet ski races around the corner there.
You know, Greenbush Race Park brings back so many memories for me. Way back in the day, I used to help wrench on an A-mod with a guy, and we were up there every weekend. The Brian Ferris would come down from Emo, and late Elliot Baker was another good friend of mine. And you guys actually do like the Elliot Baker Cup, I think, don't you?
Yeah, coming up on August 8th. It'll be the 22nd year.
Wow.
It's a good race for the modifieds. We usually get a good group of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a couple of 3-time winners are still stuck across the border in Rick Delane and Ward Emery.
Yeah.
So,
and when is the Baker Cup?
August 8th.
Okay, so aren't they supposed to open up the border here at the end of July?
Well, they said July 21st, but...
Yeah, well, I think it was June 27th, then July 21st.
Here we go again and ranting a little bit. But now there's rumor going around that they might just kind of not open it at all for the summer.
Oh, gee.
So that's the rumor going around.
I heard that one too.
You know, I complain about some of our county commissioners. I complain all the time about my governor in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But that Trudeau guy up there, he's should be pulling really hard on his ears too, I think, and pull your head out of,
people want to get back to some normalcy up there too, and unfortunately their normalcy for a lot of those guys is coming down here and racing or coming here and go shopping or just get away for the weekend. So they're sitting up there and not knowing. It's the biggest thing right now. They don't know if it's going to open or not. So tentatively the 21st, but I couldn't say. They've been postponing it for a while, so who knows? It could go again.
One thing I like about Greenbush Race Park, it's kind of like River City Speedway. You guys can park a camper up there and everything if you want to spend the weekend, right?
Yeah, we got room for about a dozen campers. Parking with electricity. You can camp for free in the pits. Mm-hmm. And it's, nice. You can stay there overnight.
This weekend, if you guys get rolling on the 4th of July, NLRA show. Is that right?
That's right.
Who else runs up there on a weekly basis?
We run modifieds, streets, Midwest modifieds, pure stocks, lightning sprints, and then 4-cylinders, and the Outlaw Mini mods have select dates they run.
I wish they'd run more of the mods here.
The A-mod?
I love watching the A-mods.
Yeah.
They put on a good show.
We should get Seth in an A-mod.
Yeah. Are you going to pay for it?
No, we'll just ask somebody to donate for the night. Like, hey, let's just, if you guys want to give it a shot, you guys are bored of driving, we can get Seth in an A-mod.
Yeah.
I think the Pure Stock was enough. Like he said, I got to race that last weekend thanks to Makaro Johansson. She had a family wedding, and she's in the track points deal this year. She's done very well. And, when I first jumped in the car, I thought to myself, well, it's a Pure Stock, but if I wreck this thing, I'm gonna basically own 2 cars.
Yeah, so, that's just it.
It's exciting to be able to do, but when you know that anything can happen on the racetrack, it definitely makes you squeeze the cheeks a little bit when you get out there. So
you could tell in the heat races that he was like, corner, corner, and then the feature race is like, all right, let's go.
Did you manage to squeeze some points out for her?
Yeah, I did. I finished second. So,
good. Yeah. Wow, you had a good weekend. How'd you do in Streeter?
I won Friday. And then on Saturday, I finished 6th. No excuse. Didn't run very well. The track was real slick, but there was 2 lanes. It was very good racing. I just have a little work to do on conditions like that. So.
I want to know, did you party a little bit Friday night?
I partied a lot of bit. and then I had to work on Saturday morning too at 7. And I get told I don't work that hard when I am at work, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But it definitely made for a long day. It's not something I'd want to do. I'll take the wins, but not the 2 o'clock in the morning crawling into the house.
Wow. Yeah, it's worth it though, isn't it?
Yes,
I think
sure was.
I think for sure when you're an announcer, you really don't want to pull for anybody, But knowing where he was at and running, and I just know the kind of guy he was, and watching his Facebook post and him singing here earlier this spring, and I just knew this was going to be a good interview.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, let's get a good interview. Let's get somebody that hasn't won before. The emotion's going to be there, and all those things clicked. I mean, it was perfect. So congrats, man. That was an awesome win.
And I'm sure all of us announcers will agree to that. We are supposed to be partial, but there are guys that I absolutely root for. And most of these drivers are my friends, but Tommy Corcoran, on Friday night.
That?
I was rooting for him.
I thought for sure you were going to come down and take the mic for me.
I was thinking about it, but I knew you wanted to kind of enjoy that too.
Oh, that was amazing.
And you know what? I have a feeling Tom's going to do it again. So
he ran really good.
Yeah,
really.
Well, after his comments from like the week before when he started outside pole and then ended up losing. And then I seen that he was on the pole for this race. I kind of had a good feeling that this was going to be it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's always said, he's got a goal, and he wanted to win a race in 6 different decades. And he said then he was probably going to give it up or something like that. I know Tom's probably watching, but I went down to the pits afterwards, and I said, well, you got your goal. Are you going to hang it up now? And he just kind of, I don't know. He's been running awfully good the last couple of years.
It's the same thing when we talked to Bob Martin, too. He was like, he was going to, but that win just gets it going again.
Oh, yeah. Puts a little more wind in the sails for you.
You look at, you won your first one, Seth. How much drive do you have now to go for another one?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just, you get those, and he's competitive each and every week. So the time was coming for him no matter what. It just win. And so he got it now, and just now that fire is lit and so damn bad. Every race he goes to, he's like, I can win this damn thing. Let's go.
Yeah, well, now you're considered a favorite. I mean, you've been running up front.
Well, I think they should kind of have that attitude. Any time you check into a racetrack.
Absolutely.
I can win.
Yep. How long you been running that streeter now?
This is my second year.
Yeah, because did you run anything before that?
I never did. I actually was very involved with Travis Robertson.
In
his racing. So that's kind of what gave me a little bit of a leg up when I started. And we ran that streeter. I think the first season, the plan was to race 1 night a week or 2 nights a week. And that was in 2013. I think we went 60 nights that year and then 60 nights the next year. And it's expensive, but like you said, it gets in your blood. And you catch yourself. Every single thing you do, you find a way to make it correlate to racing.
Yep.
And so that's like guys that have tried to retire numerous times, like in Corcoran or Marlon Seidler. I think about a modified guy from Western North Dakota. You never actually retire unless you have to. You know what I mean? And I think that with Tom, I think he's just going to keep racing. He's limited the amount of nights that he's raced, but I think once you get it in your blood, nothing else on the weekend seems fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Like going to the lake for him probably wouldn't be no big deal.
Right.
Marlon Seidler, he goes down to Arizona during the winter, and he's 70 plus years old. I mean, the guy he's a total farmer, 100%. Jeans and a button down shirt to the racetrack, and then he gets in his car, and that modified, he's competitive each and every week. And that's the IMCA classes, So and there's a big tour coming up too next week. The Dakota Modified Tour's coming up next week. He's probably gonna be involved with that,
Yeah, I think he just won or was second in Jamestown here.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Gumke. Obviously, he's another great example
There
of
you
that.
go.
A guy that didn't race for a bit and kind of came back in all out. And obviously, some unfortunate events happened there. But there's lots of older fellas that kind of lay a whooping to some of us younger guys. A lot of experience. So
you ever when you say everything correlates to racing now, like when you're pushing a grocery cart around the grocery store, do you ever think, okay, I got to get this inside line. Okay, now I got to hold my line here.
I got to pass that old lady. She's holding me up.
I have kind of a funny story. I kind of get goofy on Snapchat, and obviously some of the videos I've put up. And last week I was mowing the lawn. It was 2 weeks ago now, and I kind of was joking around. It was hot out, and I lifted the left rear of the lawnmower, and I laid the right front down, and I made a circle in the yard, and I made a Snapchat, and I said, the thing goes really good down the straightaway, but I'm having a hell of a time making this thing turn. I'm looking for some help. And
we need to get Seth a TikTok account.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody got some scales I can borrow for my lawnmower?
Yes.
Let's get back to Greenbush. You guys, you have your regular show, your regular nightly show, NLRA, hopefully going to be there this Saturday. Any other big shows coming up there? Do you guys get the NOSA boys up there or anything?
Not this year.
Not this year. Okay.
We have the Advantage RV Modified Tour scheduled.
Okay.
But they've canceled a lot of their other dates. And so I'm kind of not holding out a lot of hope that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Because they usually like to run Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday,
Sure.
Sunday. They're supposed to run Sunday in Bemidji, but Bemidji, I think, has dropped them now. So
okay,
whether they come up or not.
And it's sad because, you got Buffalo River, done for the year. I know it's iffy with Greenbush, and I've just been waiting on news because I know a lot of guys out of Thief River and stuff that are up there every single weekend. But, man, we need, about a 40-mile-an-hour wind today would sure help.
Well, it's going to be warm enough.
Yeah.
And there will be a little bit of a breeze, but
I wonder if
forecast for Saturday night.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Maybe more rain again. Are they able to even out there working on the track right now?
Yeah, definitely. So, they're pumping water.
Okay, pumping water and hopefully tickling it up here pretty quick. Okay, I want to ask you going to stay in that street stock? Are you already thinking about maybe moving up a class? Or
No,
he even pointed the finger at you. I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to stick it out for a bit. It's a fun class, in my opinion. Even before I was racing it, with the torque converter setup that we have, you can throw a rug over the top 5 cars, unless you're Johnny Carter or a few of those guys. It doesn't get very spread out, so you're actually racing when you're on the track. And this class isn't the cheapest class ever to race. Especially if you want to be competitive. The tire game and
there is no affordable class anymore.
No, and I see how some of those, the B-Mod racing is fun, but I see how some of those cars come off the track, it seems like every single night, and I still have a job and, things to do, and my parents and my cousin Zane, I call him the crew chief, he's in Breckenridge, so it's 2 hours south, anything I wreck during the week is pretty much on me, or Barry Robertson, like I mentioned before, he gives me a little help, so I think that's part of what's kind of kept me from some of the extra success is sometimes I've kind of laid back a little bit in the car sometimes because putting myself in a position that could wreck a car could be the difference between being able to race the next week or not.
Sure.
So just trying to limit cost while still being able to be competitive. And
how many shows are you going to try to make this year?
Well, I raced close to 40 last summer. I had a couple of goals in mind, and this summer I'm just grateful that we're getting to race at all. Kind of feel for our Canadian friends and if I'm at 14, I was thinking on the way to Devil's Lake last weekend, I was at 13 nights already, and it doesn't really feel that way. So if I could get
you're having fun,
25 or 30 nights in, and keep it all in one piece, so it'd be great.
Yep.
I think in that street stock division too, John. I think there's a lot of good competitors there. So if you hung out in that division, you got Johnny Carter, Daniel Aberle, you got all those guys.
Yeah, Tucker Peterson's having a pretty good year again.
And then Seth's right up there too.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got a huge competitive class right there that if you hang out in that class and keep on competing, there's no problem with that. Those cars take a little bit more of a beating than a B-Mod would.
Oh, sure.
You're right. You look at that sheet metal on a B-Mod as it comes off the track, and you're like, oh, okay, he's going to be up till about 3 o'clock in the morning because he's going to race Devil's Lake tomorrow.
And I feel lucky. I mean, I think of a couple friends that I have and quite a few others that I know that have been racing this class for a long time, 10 or 15 years, and they maybe have a win or 2 or 3, and some don't have any. So to be lucky enough to get one last week, I mean, I think that could end up being your last one. You never know.
Yeah, that's right.
So you never really get to the point that you're so far ahead that you can win and win and win. There's always somebody that's on their game.
Just everything that night worked out perfect.
Right.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about the announcing gig now, since you're kind of outnumbered here today. 3 of us announcers in here.
I got nothing to say.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you're already you've used your allotted amount of words.
Right.
Keith, you got a race in your mind that was probably the funnest race or the best race that you've ever called? Or has there been numerous?
No, well, 2 come to mind. The first time the mod tour come to Greenbush, the track, we hadn't added the banking yet.
Okay.
And most of these guys hadn't been to the track before. And if you remember from back in the day, Greenbush was kind of a 1-lane track right around the bottom.
Yep.
Well, Jason Grimes from Jamestown comes in, and they run 40 laps, caution-free, and he run the high side to get the win.
Wow.
That's one that sticks out. And there was another street stock race that Terry Blacklance ended up winning.
Okay.
And there was 6 or 8 cars from 1st to 8th that must have changed positions, 15 times over the 15 laps. So that was another one that kind of sticks out.
Well, he wasn't running the grocery getter then, was he?
He was running the grocery getter then, yep. He said he'd never gotten a feature win in Greenbush, and that was his first one.
Wow.
Cool.
Terry, an old friend. In fact, Aaron's car, and I think Terry's late model, I think he's got some GFBS stickers on there.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I still owe Terry a tire or something from that. But, Chad, what about you? What's your best race you've ever called?
The best race I've ever called, I think, would probably be the Street Stock Tour a couple weeks ago in Devil's Lake. Would have been awesome. Johnny Carter and Kyle Anderson going back and forth. I got a lot of IMCA stuff I've called. I've called one where Jason Walla raced from, I think he was 8th, and we went all the way to the top. So I mean, that was another good one we called too. But it's just there's so many close calls out there. We get so damn excited. That's the thing, you know. You lose your voice. You talk about that all the time.
That's what I say. I can tell how good the racing was by how bad my throat hurts at the end of the night.
That's right.
If I've been hollering and screaming and yelling, that means there's been some really good racing. You ever do a really long one? Last year was the first time I did the sights. 92 laps.
Yeah.
That one's a little tough on the vocal cords. I had no clue until about 5 minutes before the race.
Like, oh, hey, John, by the way, you got this race. Go ahead. 92 laps. It's all yours. And you're like,
okay, I'm already called. It's the third night of racing.
Yeah.
Called about 100 races in 3 days, you know, because people don't realize you're doing all the heat races and everything else. But the announcing thing, it's great. I know I want to keep doing this for a long time, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
Let's flip it back. Let's go your favorite race.
Probably be that John Sights. The best race I ever saw that I didn't get to call because I was sitting next to Johnny Gibson was when Kinzer and Schatz battle it out. That was so funny because you watch Steve Kinzer, he'd usually get out of the car and one of his pit guys would hand him a cigarette and he'd puff away. This one, his hands were on his knees and his guy came up with a cigarette and he goes, Nope. But I think that is the one that is listed as probably the closest race of all time with the Outlaws, and I think the best or the fastest, one of the two. But that one set a couple of records. That was a great record. Yeah. I mean, that was a great race. That was awesome. Keith, how long are you going to keep doing this talking?
Yeah, as long as you'll keep having me.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, where else can you get paid to watch racing?
Yeah, and race fans they're some of the greatest people out there too.
You see the same people every week, you know, when you come into the stands, you know, they sit in the same spot.
Yep.
It's one big family.
Yep. I always have them yelling at me, "What shoes you wearing tonight?"
Yeah.
Seth, let's get back to you. Let's get back to racing. You ever been scared to death in that race car yet?
Last year at the Wissota 100, there was the top 5 cars. I think I was in 12th or 13th or maybe a little further back. And the top 5 cars are racing like derby cars. And on the back stretch, as you know, in Fergus Falls, there's an outside wall and there's nowhere to go. And there's a fella who wins a lot. His name's Danny Richards from Wisconsin. And his car was sitting driver's door facing me entering turn 3. And there was a car on the inside of me and the car on the outside of me, and it would have been right to his driver's door. I could just see it. He doesn't have a containment seat. He doesn't wear a Hans device, anything like that. And I kind of decided to turn the car sideways, and I just about rolled over top of him. And I think I was less scared for myself than I was for him. Because I thought if I square off on this guy, he's going to get hurt or he's going to die. It's one way or the other.
Right.
And just looking at his car from me skidding the car sideways, how bad his car was destroyed, just very grateful that he didn't get hurt.
That's funny. I used to run this. It was an enduro series at Buffalo River, and we were many laps into the race. And I'd had a dream the night before, and so I added a couple of bars in my roll cage right behind my seat, going from side to side. And a car. I was next to another car. We got hooked up together. I don't know what hooked our bumpers or whatever it was, but there's a stalled car on the track, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna slide this guy right into the stalled car and I'll shake him that way. Well, he did some kind of move or something, and all of a sudden, same thing. I'm sitting, this is passenger side, right at the end of the front straightaway, and I look up, and here comes a car coming down, and he T-boned me. I mean, he hit me so hard. I had a headache for like 2 months, but it bent my passenger side door all the way to the shift lever.
Oofta.
Yeah, so the car was like this. You should have seen how fun I was putting that thing on a trailer. And needless to say, that ended that whole season. Did you do a lot of damage in that wreck?
Yeah, it might have been salvageable, but I decided to put a different car together. So James Tandesky, I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. He retired here a couple years ago. And Casey Usadis bought his car and didn't put a lot of nights on it. He kind of somewhat put it for sale, and I went down there and purchased it from him and sold the car to Trey Hess, actually. He's not racing that car. He did something else with it. Somebody else tore it apart or something. So I'm in a lot more fresh car. The one I had was bent from the get-go, so I think that's helped me a lot too.
Oh, it makes a big difference.
That's right.
I tell you what, you got a chance. Thank the people that help you. Thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I have a lot of people to thank, actually.
He brought a card in.
I did. I just didn't want to forget anybody.
Cue cards.
Jamie at Deitzler Electric has been a huge help for me. Tires Plus, where I work. Firestone, Daily News, which is my mom's business. Klostreich Farms, Thunder Road, Casey's Bar, Lotus Massage, Aberley Racing, Dan and Chad, good friends and a lot of help. My mom, dad, my brother Cole, my crew chief Zane, his little cousin. He just got his permit. He actually drove me home on Saturday night afterwards. kind of some carryover from Friday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Barry, he's been the biggest help by far for me. He spends just as much time on my car as I do. Sheldon, Rugi, Josh Barker, and all the fans. And then also, it's my Aunt Tertia's birthday today. So I just wanted to
Tricia,
wish her
happy
birthday, and thanks for all the support.
And the thing is, small town dirt track racing takes a lot of support, takes a lot of help. These guys don't get paid to go spend time in your shop and work in your car and be there late nights. And once in a while, you get to celebrate and have a good time. But people don't realize this isn't NASCAR.
Right.
It's tough. The people really got to love it to come and help you work on a race car like that all the time. And then, not even get to drive.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny how you go in the garage and you think, I have 15 minutes worth of work to do tonight.
Yeah.
And 4.5 hours later, you look like you've been rolling in grease all night. That one bolt that's stripped out or whatever. And so it'd be a lot easier if you could just unload the car and go racing every night. And if there wasn't days and days worth of work, even after a good night.
Right.
So, throw a little gas in it and go, right?
Right.
Keith, I want to ask you, how do we find out if they're going to be racing this Saturday? The websites, phone numbers, any of that kind of stuff?
Probably the best way would be our Facebook page.
Okay.
It's official Greenbush Race Park. We keep posting, stuff there quite regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we got the website, greenbushracepark.com. That would be... The Facebook page would be the best way.
Okay. And another thing, I would like you to send me a reminder. Give me a week or two before that Elliott Baker Cup because
Sure.
I'd love to go up there and maybe I could sit down with you for a couple of minutes. I think that, man, it's been a long time since I've been up there. Kind of missed that place. Anybody got anything else?
No.
We're looking at you.
We're looking at me?
Yeah.
I thought my allotted time was up.
No, I'll give you some more.
I get gifted more.
You're covering for me tomorrow night at the River City Speedway.
Yeah, you got a family function to get to, so I want you to do that. And I don't know who's going to be down below. But I'm taking care of the booth tomorrow night. So I got big shoes to fill. Holy cow.
We can make it look like Devil's Lake Speedway. You can just run down between interviews.
Yeah.
You talk about a workout there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't run anywhere anymore.
Yeah, come on now. Let's get real here. That's a lot of steps.
I can make it down the bleachers quicker than I can up, though.
Yeah.
I just let the momentum kind of inertia,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
there's a lot of momentum in my body that could take me down. That's for sure. No, I'm excited for that. No racing at Devils Lake the Speedway, so if you guys can get up and support Greenbush, I really appreciate that. I think it's going to be a good weekend overall. It's going to be hot, so get out there and check it out, man.
Yeah, and... if anybody wants to, by the way, call us.
You got a call in right now?
Yeah, well, we can. Now, if anybody wants to call us, has any questions for Keith or Seth or Chad or myself.
I should have called in last week when I was driving.
Yeah, 701-213-0863 is our phone number, and we will take phone calls. I kind of forgot that we just started doing that again here, but anybody called or any comments yet, Paul?
Producer Paul, do we have a call? That's Amanda. She watches all this.
She does.
She's phenomenal.
What about 4 wide for the lead? Devils Lake a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota Lightning Sprints.
That was the B-Mod special. You announced, not special, but you announced that one.
Yeah, that was,
Nate Reynolds was involved in that. His car.
That was a heck of a race.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the Lightning Sprints, too.
Lightning Sprints are always fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a good job. I never thought they could cause so much damage. You look back at River City Speedway, I was down grabbing a Gatorade. I heard a big old boom, and I thought it was a streeter.
Yeah.
And I get out there, and it was a late lightning sprint. Did all that damage to that wall.
Yeah, and the helmet flying out of the cockpit, which I saw that, and I've seen that before, and that's never good. And I thought, oh my gosh, here we go.
You said this last week that was the quietest you ever heard the Speedway.
Yeah, it hasn't been that quiet in a long time.
I remember when Mike Balkin rolled that car, and his helmet came out. I'm pretty sure it was a couple years ago. He went over, and it's one thing to roll, but to roll so hard. And I thought that I had witnessed my first death at the racetrack. I was so happy. He was out for a little bit, I think, after that, but it's incredible.
It's crazy what they can take in that thing. And
I want to thank River Cities too. We've had the last quite a few years, we've had some slimy conditions at the beginning of this year, and they've had a few different people doing some track work. And I'm not one to complain too much about it, but it's been a lot more competitive in the heat races, and the track's been really good most of the nights out there.
Yep.
It makes it a lot more appealing to go racing. They've done a really good job.
I promise you, they're working on corner 4 to figure that out for you race car drivers.
I'm just going to stay off the high side. Boy, I looked at
especially
those
in that
late
corner.
models. Casey Meyer and Sean last week. Boy, they had some destroyed race cars
Cousins.
there.
Cousins that race.
Oh, that's
their
right.
cars.
Yeah, the Cousins.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Tell Seth he needs to watch the video on how to correctly display the checkered flag on the victory lap. That's from Flagman Mike.
That's funny. Hopefully get a chance to practice that again someday.
Yeah, you'll get a chance to do that again.
He had actually texted me wondering if we were going to be live, and I said, yeah, and he goes, I'll be watching. So he was just itching to get something in there.
Well, unfortunately, they had to cancel go-karts last night with all the rain they flooded out.
Yeah,
so.
and then, by the way, I am wearing my FKA hat, so there you go.
Mike, look at it.
Oh, wait. There it is. There. You guys, thanks for coming in. Fingers crossed for tomorrow night, Greenbush Race Park.
Definitely.
I want you to keep in touch with me when you guys get rolling, and maybe we can make this a regular thing here, try to get some results from Greenbush. That would be great.
That'd be huge.
We'll do the same thing with Devil's Lake, and good luck tomorrow. Are you racing anywhere else this weekend?
It's all going to depend. My family wants me to come to the lake on Saturday. I do race Devils every week, and I've had fun when I went to Greenbush, but I'm also a little the temperature thing.
Yeah.
It's been hot.
97.
Right. So if the car's in one piece, I apt to race as opposed to go to the lake. So I say I'm going to the lake, but there's a pretty good possibility I'll be in the car again on Saturday.
We'll see what Friday night brings.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Chad, my Bullring Boy brother.
What's up,
Thanks
buddy?
for coming in, man. Keith Cummings, announcer at the Greenbush Race Park, and Seth Klostreich, big winner last week here at River City Speedway. You guys, good luck this weekend. Good luck for the whole weekend, and have yourself a great Independence Day, 4th of July.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys. There you go, and we want you to become a Podbean Premium subscriber. It's only $5. You'll be entered in drawings and giveaways for some great prizes. In fact, that Weber Grill is going out tomorrow. You can still get in on this thing. All you got to do is go to your Play Store, you download Podbean, search GFBS, hit follow, buy premium, and you are all set. It's a good way for you to help us give Grand Forks an identity again by getting your Podbean premium subscription. If you need a little bit of help on it, 701-213-0863 again is our phone number. Well, again, our Dirty Thursday episode brought to you by Nate's Electric. Located in Grand Forks, serving the Grand Forks area, your premier electrical contractor. All kinds of services, residential and commercial. Automation design, grain storage and drying, lighting, maintenance, new construction, remodeling, repair, trenching, wiring, rewiring. Let Nate and his team of professionals handle all your electric needs. Don't short yourself. Call them up, Nate's Electric, 218-779-3672. Well, tomorrow, Mark Landa from the Sertoma Club will be in talking about the big 4th of July show in Grand Forks, supposed to be bigger and better than ever. Make sure you like, share, and tag us. We're Grand Forks' best source, giving Grand Forks an identity again.